Firefighters. What does that bring to your mind when you hear the word? Flashing lights? Yellow suits? Climbing ladders? Climbing really tall ladders? Oh yeah, fighting fires? These are the images and ideas that came to my mind when I thought of a firefighter. But what is the life of a firefighter like beyond the lights and the suits and the fires? What happens when there are no fires to put out? We decided to take a look at the life of firefighters, beyond the flames. So in order to find out what the life of a firefighter is like beyond the flames, we decided to travel to the local Bourbonnais Fire Department and meet with them. It's 6 a.m. when we show up to the fire station. While most people are sleeping, the day for a firefighter is just beginning. While we were just trying to wake up ourselves, we quickly discovered the sort of camaraderie that exists when people live together so much.
Bourbonnais Fire, can I help you? Yes, sir. Let me pass you out to my captain, and let me see what he'll say about that.
It's good morning to you. What's going on?
Yeah,
We're getting razzed.
Okay.
I mean, that's what life is in the fire service. It's just, people trying to get along to do their job on a daily basis. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yep.
Sometimes a little harder.
Well, our day here starts at 6 a.m. and usually it's sharing stories with the guys getting off duty from the day before and finding out what happened on their shift, did anything break, having problems with the vehicles, any unique calls. So usually by 7 o'clock, that's all taken care of, and the guys that work the day shift before are up and heading back home or wherever. And then our guys, every morning starts with inspections. They have to inspect every vehicle. We have 3 ambulances, so they have to check each ambulance, check the equipment, check the drug box, check the heart monitor. You swap batteries every day on the heart monitor and make sure there's a fresh battery there ready to go for that. Check the oxygen tanks. Every vehicle has air packs on it, the air pack that we wear inside of burning buildings, so those all have to be inspected to make sure they're full of air. Vehicles have to be started, check all the lights, make sure the fluids are up, the fuel tank's up, there's water in the tank, because if you don't have water in your tank, you have an instant problem. So that's an hour and a half, 2 hours, so that takes upwards of till 9 o'clock. Now, if you start running calls, then that kind of backs all that up, and then you still have to make that up along the way. There's always duties here at the station to do. You have training, we have inspections, we do public ed events. There's just a lot of things. I think most people think, oh, those guys just sit down at the firehouse all day and just sit in a chair and watch TV and drink coffee, but that's not it. There's lots to do.
28 years. It's always something different. Something exciting, something, it's not going to a job and doing the same thing all day long. Just about every day is, you have your good days and bad days, but, there's a lot of guys here that are really good people. My father, my uncle, 2 of my uncles and my father were firefighters, and I have an aunt, and my father and same 2 uncles were paramedics.
And the other one will connect into an air pack?
No, they took that feature off by what he's saying.
Yep.
Okay.
You have an option to hook into either one of those.
Yeah. Well, you
Male, female,
still
well,
have-
all it is you're gonna have someone with the same connection, just been a firefighter here for 9 years. Wanted to become a firefighter ever since I was a little kid, as far as chasing fire trucks down the street. Runs in the family. I got an uncle that's a captain down in Charleston. My brother's a lieutenant up in Manteno. And I got a cousin that's on here with me, so kind of runs in the family.
Because that's what I was confused looking at, because that's what ours are.
Right.
And I don't find that convenient, that setup right there. I've been doing this, November 11th will be 13 years. I mean, obviously as little kids, always chasing the fire trucks down the street to see where they're going. I just got an opportunity because my parents knew a chief at Bradley. And I got the opportunity, took it, and found out I liked it.
If your pack's completely failed, you can
Right.
take your mask without taking it off,
Right.
get into their pack and
Right.
breathe up.
But looking at this, they totally just downgraded.
I've been on Bourbonnais Fire for about 12 years now. In high school, I took a class out at the Kankakee Area Career Center that had to do with fire science and emergency medical technician. And ever since I got enrolled in that class, I knew that that's what I wanted to do with my life.
What side is it? That's on the
This
high
would be
pressure
low
side?
pressure.
Low pressure side?
Low pressure.
So that's just gonna, that's
Breathe
not gonna
up.
equalize the
You're
bottom.
breathing.
I've been here for a year, and I've been a firefighter for 5 years. At my smaller department, I started getting into EMS. I just wanted to be an EMT, and they said, can't afford to have one of each, so here's some gear, you're gonna play fireman, and it's just grown on me since then.
Got your quick fill. Port there.
What? It's true.
You know, calls can just drag out and out. You know, a fire call can go on for several hours.
We see some bad stuff, so I mean, just dealing with that, like especially on the ambulance or fire calls. I mean, there's nothing that messes you up more than going to a house fire and pulling somebody out, knowing that their family's never going to see them again.
Yeah.
That gets to you.
There's other times it's hard to deal with, but you just find your ways. I can't explain it. You know, if you have a child whose parent got killed, or you have that child that doesn't make it from the drowning that you're working on, you just have to learn in time how to deal with it on your own. But don't dwell on it, because usually there's another call down the road that'll go the opposite way and helps change it around.
For me, it's the calls that have to do with, kids or that kind of stuff, because I relate to that with having kids, where, some other members of the department might struggle with those type of calls for whatever reason. They might relate that to themselves.
There are some uncertainties, and you just, sometimes things just don't have a positive outcome. We lost a firefighter in 2003. Tough on everybody, because we lost a friend, we lost somebody that we always counted on, and just the uncertainty, not just the shock of what Bruce got killed. It's like, well, I can't believe that.
I mean, it's hard to. The biggest advice I could give is talk about it to one of your mentors, your fellow firefighters, to even the department chaplain, something like that. Don't keep it inside.
There's been calls that I've been on, and coworkers have been on, that sometimes get to you emotionally, and it's something that you're there for your brother or sister. If they need a shoulder to cry on, or just need to talk about certain calls that you've been on that might be a little upsetting to you, kind of hard to deal with. The best way that you can deal with that is talk with those members of the department that you're close with, and